Skip it up and that up. This is going to be a very interesting video where I talk about another YouTuber because I see both sides of the coin. I see both sides of the situation. I understand where the YouTuber is coming from, and I understand why his subscribers are pissed. And I genuinely mean that. I'm not just trying to be neutral or moderate to not appease everybody. I genuinely looked into it and I'm like, man, I could see why Angry Joe is frustrated. And I'm like, man, I could see why his subs are frustrated. So I'm going to discuss the situation and I'll give you my take on it and why I'm kind of on both sides of the fence with this. So Angry Joe on July 14th put up a video called AGS Update, our 2-month vacation 2017. And he explains where he has been. Now, when I checked his channel, the last time he did an angry review, his typical style, that's his mainstay, why most of the people go to his channel, was on June 6, 2017. And that was the Friday the 13th review. And a lot of people, because of that, because he hasn't put up an angry review in a while, have become annoyed. And in this video, he explains why he hasn't put up a review.
Hey guys, what's up? Angry Joe, another Joe here, and we just wanted to provide you with a show update. So I guess some of you are wondering, like, hey, where's the angry reviews, right?
Of course.
June we put out, I know, right? June we put out Friday the 13th, and then it was my birthday, and then we had several trips, and I just recently got back from Canada. And we were taking it easy, basically, for the holidays over July, spending time with family and stuff. And
it's important.
It's important.
Barbecues and shit.
What I'm saying is we kind of got addicted to our little vacation. Basically, you know, I kind of looked at the schedule. There's nothing really too big on there. I mean, there's games, and I know some of you are going to be disappointed. I know that you sub for Angry Reviews, a large majority of you, but there are those of you who sub for other things, you know, our other content and other videos, and we're still going to do those. But I think I want to take a break from the thing that is the biggest, and not do any angry reviews or have any looming over me for like at least like a month and a half or something. Finish out this month and next month. But it's not that I don't like angry reviews. I love angry reviews.
They're fun to make. The cost, I'm not gonna lie, I like dressing up.
You heard it here. He's admitting
I like to dress up.
Then half that stuff is not me. All right. Anyways, so we know we're gonna review Destiny 2 for sure. We know we're gonna do Total War Warhammer 2. There's some other ones, but we looked it up. Those aren't until September. Basically, we will. Our next angry reviews are going to be in September, and I understand if some of you are like, well, fine, I don't want to watch the show, then I'll see you in September. well then I'll see you in September, right?
So basically, a lot of his sub base, I would say about 50%, if you look at the like to dislike ratio of that video, the likes on it, I'll have a link to that video below in the description. People are very pissed. They were expecting him to say in this update that he's coming back with a brand new angry review. And not only is he not coming back with an angry review, he is telling his subscribers that he's not going to have another angry review, an official angry review, until September. So he's basically saying that in terms of reviews, okay, not saying he's not going to have any other content. He says right in the video he's going to have other content on his channel, but he's not bringing back angry reviews until September of this year, and that's quite a while. It's not even August yet, so it's going to be a long wait if you do enjoy that content on Joe's channel. And because of this, many people were pissed off, and they expressed their feelings in the comment section of his video. For example, some of the top comments are when you see the title of the video and think it was going to be about him coming back from a 2-month vacation, and it turns out to be the exact opposite. Right under that, or 2 comments under that, he pulls this shit, then disables comments and ratings for the next month. When you get into that in a second, come on, dude, you waited and now you're doing it again. Whatever, dude. Then another comment, and this one I could kind of understand, especially from the subs. Couple months back, you guys swore to a schedule which was promptly never followed. Sounds familiar. Love you guys, but I'm here for the game reviews, not much else. And seems like you want to change your channel. That's fine, but I got to go find someone else to watch then. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. There's many, many, many people that are unhappy with this video and that he's not coming back with an angry review for over another month. Now, Joe, because of this, due to all the downvotes on the video and the negative comments on Twitter, he got pretty pissed off, and a few days ago he wrote this: I think the only option for me at this point is to either stop the show entirely or disable comments and ratings and do what makes me happy. And he did disable comments and ratings, and his newest Game of Thrones review and videos after that have comments and ratings disabled. And people are in an uproar over the fact that he disabled ratings and comments. Now, I'm kind of glad this situation happened, not because I want to see anything happen to Joe's channel. That's not what I'm getting at. Because I've wanted to talk about this for a while, because it's something on YouTube that seems to happen way too often. And I call it the YouTube disconnect. And what I mean by that is, what the YouTube disconnect is where content creators don't understand where their subscribers are coming from, and subscribers don't understand where their favorite content creators are coming from. And they're both on different pages, and they both don't understand each other, and they both get pissed off at each other. The subs get pissed off at the content creator, and the content creator gets pissed off at the subs. And it's something that both sides need to open their minds up more to, and that's exactly what's happening here. No one is listening to the other side, and both Joe and his subs are just getting frustrated. And here's why it's happening. Now, it's time for me to call out the content creators, including myself, because I'm probably one of the most guilty of this. Okay, and it's not just me though. It's Joe. It's a billion other content creators on YouTube. We are all guilty of this because we get comfortable and we get distracted, but we do it. And I understand why the subscribers get pissed off. I do. Okay. We make promises and we don't keep them. I have done it countless times. It is wrong to do. And I can understand why people get frustrated. And Joe, I can understand why people are getting frustrated with you, because you've made schedules in the past before and you haven't stuck to them. People called you out on it. And I've done the same thing. And they have the right to do that. They have the right to do it to me too. When you promise something and you don't deliver it, it makes people frustrated because they expect to come to your channel. Oh, Rich said he's going to review this product and it never happened. Rich is going to be live streaming this and I never saw it. Or Rich is going to do this and I never saw it. And he said he was going to do it. And people get frustrated because when you promise something and don't deliver, it's not good. It's a bad character trait. And it's not just you, Joe. It's not just me. There's a lot of YouTubers that do it. And I think the reason why is because we technically, in most cases, unless there's a media company that's running a channel on YouTube, don't have a boss. So you get distracted with life. I get distracted with my son. I get distracted with a billion other things going on here. And I'm like, I just don't have time right now, especially now with all the other shit going on. I don't have time right now. But that's not right, though, because think about it from this perspective. Say, Joe, you and I worked a 9 to 5, okay? And our boss was like, hey, Rich, I have this project. I want you to get it done by 7 p.m. Thursday of next week. Okay, you want this project done? Cool. I will get it done for you. I will deliver. 7 p.m. of Thursday next week comes around. Boss comes to you and goes, where's the project? Imagine going to your boss going, oh man, you know, my son was up all night. He's teething and I got this to do and that to do. I just never got to it, man. I promise you I'll eventually get to it. Just trust me on that. You know what your boss would do, especially if you've done it multiple times? He would be like, okay, you know what? You need to do me a favor. You need to clear out your desk and leave because you're fired, because you're incompetent. I'm saying that to myself basically right now, Joe. You know, imagine we did that. Imagine we worked at a company and did the same thing that we do on our YouTube channels. It would never be accepted. It would never be accepted. So I understand why people get frustrated, or even better yet, you and I, Joe, especially you with the high production value that you have, run shows. Imagine there was a new sitcom that came out, okay? And they said, oh, Wednesday, 8 p.m. every week, there's going to be a new show. And everyone tuned in or had their DVR set to 8 p.m. Wednesday on said channel that has this new sitcom. And then, you know, the director and the cast were like, yeah, we had so much going on with our families and stuff, we just couldn't get the show done. That would never happen. That would never happen. The show would go on. It would get done. If people weren't doing their job, they would get fired and hire other actors or another director or another camera guy or whatever the case. The show needs to be on at Wednesday at 8 p.m. There's millions of people possibly tuning in. There would be no excuse for it if it was on regular television, because people expect that product, that content to be there. And if you're not there, they can't trust you. You're unreliable. Now, I understand the argument, and it is a somewhat valid argument that content creators will say is, but Rich, I'm a one-man army. I don't have a cast and crew of possibly hundreds of people or dozens of people helping me out in most cases. Again, I know there's media companies that run on YouTube. And okay, I understand what you're saying, but a promise is a promise. And if you make it to people, they expect it from you. And you got to try to come through. I'm saying this to myself because I am probably the most guilty of this. And I can understand from that standpoint, Joe, I'm sorry. I can understand why they're pissed, and I can understand why my subs get pissed at me too, because it's wrong. You can't make a promise and break it constantly, and I've done it more than you, and I know you've done it as well. And from that standpoint, I'm on your sub side. Now, on the flip side, I also have to call out a portion of subscribers. Not all, but there is that portion that feels very entitled. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. All I wanted to do tonight, because I finally figured out the proper settings to stream in 1440p at 60 FPS and possibly 4K at 60 FPS. I have to try that tomorrow. Before I recorded this video, I want to do a quick little stream of Just Cause 3 at 1440p at 60 frames per second. And it looked gorgeous. I deleted the video because people were complaining, which is why I'm bringing it up. But it looked gorgeous. But because, like every other content creator, I have that small portion of my sub base that feels that they are very entitled and that every video I make should be exactly what they want to see, people got pissed off. As a matter of fact, here's a comment from that video. I'm not going to post it in here because I don't want anyone going after the guy. Why is every video about a test or help me vid now? He's referring to the fact that I put up a video saying that I had a flood in my basement, which I didn't ask for help. All I said was that that's why my videos are going to be very erratic this month, and the schedule is going to be even more erratic than it usually is because I have a whole bunch of crap going on and I'm moving. But he said, help me vid. I make help me vids, and I guess in his mind, because I said that I had a flood, that I was looking for donations, even though I never once asked for one, or apologizing for no reason. When did I apologize? But whatever. I thought this channel was about gaming. And I wrote back to him, which I probably shouldn't even have wrote back to him because I'm sure he was looking to pick a fight. Review Tech USA, I wrote in quotations. Again, I wrote in bold letters in quotations, Tech. No Review Gaming USA. Also, I wrote, when have I apologized or asked for help? And I also noticed that every time I stream, people unsubscribe because they don't want to see streams on my channel. They just come here for gaming related commentary videos like this one. And if I put up any other content, God forbid, people get very pissed off. And that's where the YouTube disconnect comes in with the subscribers. I always give two examples when I call out subscribers. Okay. And I'm sure people are going to be pissed off. How dare I call out subscribers? But it's true. I used to watch USA Network a little while back. I don't really watch too much TV anymore. I don't have the time. But when I did, I watched the USA Network. I used to watch House and Law & Order SVU, so on and so forth. And there were some shows on USA that I didn't like. I did not like Psych at all. But you know what I did when I didn't want to watch Psych, which was never, I hated that show. I just simply didn't tune in. I didn't write angry letters to USA or email them or whatever the case may be. It was like, I don't like Psych, and if you keep putting that on at the same scheduled time a couple times a week, I'm going to not watch USA at all, even though there's multiple shows on there I like, and I could simply not tune into Psych. But how dare you have a show on there that I don't like? It's the same thing with the YouTube channel. For a perfect example of that is I'm subscribed to Linus Tech Tips. I like a lot of Linus Tech Tips content, but I don't like the WAN show. I'm not a fan of the live stream that he does. No offense to him. I like a lot of Linus's content, just not into the live show. Does that mean I'm going to unsubscribe from Linus's channel just because I don't like his live streams? No. You know what I do? I just don't tune into his live streams because I'm not an entitled subscriber, and I'm not going to bitch in his comment section because God forbid he puts up some content that I don't like. How dare you, Linus? All of your content has to be catered to me. That's not the way it works, guys. And there is that portion of every YouTuber sub base that thinks that they're entitled to have all the content catered to them. And that's where the disconnect comes in with you. And also, too, another thing that annoyed me is I saw people saying, oh, Joe, I wish I could have a job where I just play video games all day and review them. And yeah, Joe has a good job. He does. And I love what I do, too. And I'm very thankful and blessed that I do it. And it is not a strenuous job. But on the flip side with Joe, I will say this. First off, the dude, he's right, man. He's been doing this for almost 10 years consistently. He used to be my boss when I used to work on Blistered Thumbs. And I'm not defending him for any reason. To be honest with you, I don't really watch Joe's content, to keep it real with you. Okay, so this isn't me like white knighting for him. I'm just keeping it real with you. But I could always tell when people are completely ignorant about the editing process on that level. My stuff is pretty damn easy. I mean, the voiceover work sometimes could take a few hours to do for a video, especially if I'm stuttering and making mistakes and I have to double check stuff. But with what Joe's does, that's a lot of damn work. That's a lot of editing, color correction, special effects. I'm sure he's using Adobe After Effects and things like that. That's sometimes, I'm sure, a couple weeks worth of time, or let's say realistically at least a week if he's really hustling. You know, so no, it's not, he's not just sitting there, he's not just like playing a game and cutting up the video into 10 different pieces and doing commentary over it. That's a full-fledged review with high production value. You may not like it, but there's still a lot of time and effort put into it. So stop with the whole thing, oh, he just plays video games for a living. I hate when people pull that card. It's a stupid, ignorant card, and it's 100% factually wrong when you make videos like Joe does. So I'll end this video by saying this, and I'll bring the 2 points home. One, YouTubers, content creators. I understand you may be a one-man army or whatever the case may be, or a couple people, but when you make a promise, whether it be me, Angry Joe, whoever is on YouTube, you got to stick to it. Don't make the promise if you can't keep it. And if you do say, hey, I'm going to have this kind of content uploaded on this time, on this date, you got to follow through, man, because if you don't, it's understandable that people will get pissed off, because in any other medium besides YouTube, people would get fired and it wouldn't be accepted. Any other job, it would never be accepted. You're, like I said in the beginning, if your boss came to you and gave you a project and gave you a deadline for it and you didn't come through on time, and you've done this multiple times especially, you would be unemployed at that point. You know, I've done it too, and I'm sure you've done it, Joe, and like many other YouTubers, you get comfortable because you are your own boss, and it's not good, okay? But on the flip side, subscribers, said content creator, that all of their content does not evolve around you, okay? And if you don't like something that they upload, there may be many other people that do. So that you can't just stop uploading content because you don't like it. You are not a special snowflake. Deal with it. This is Richard Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one.